Today we're installing the OSD Nero in-ground subwoofer. Let's get this thing unboxed, check it out. Let's get it in the ground, connect it to power, and then play some music. So here's the unit itself. So it's got orange bottom, kind of a brownish top. You got your wire leads. So this is the 4 ohm variant. So you can see we have our 4 ohm plus, 4 ohm minus, our light. This does also come in a 70 volt, but if you don't buy the 70 volt variant, you can put a line matching transformer in line and then run this on 70 volt. If you remove the top, which takes a little bit of force, you gotta screw it and then just give it a pull. You can see the driver in here. So it looks like it has a pretty substantial woofer. Basket, everything kind of feels pretty tight in that, so it should make some pretty good sound. You got your LED light strip. We are not going to be using this for this application. So let's take our final measurements. Let's dig a hole, put this in the ground, connect it up, and hear how she sounds. To put the subwoofer in the ground, I'm going to dig a 20-inch wide by 13-inch deep hole right about in this area near these other speakers. So I'm choosing this location because you have all this rock behind it, which will help reflect the bass back out to the pool area. So here we have our hole dug. So this is a 21 by 13. I kind of roughed up the bottom, so if I do need to just trim it down a little bit to make it a 21 by 14 or 21 by 15, I could do that. I just used a tarp here just to keep this homeowner's pool space clean. So now let's solder up a whip to the sub, and then we'll connect it to our junction box. And to get this whip ready, so I'm going to use the Monoprice 2 conductor 12 gauge. This is a great cable. Had great results with this in the past. I'm going to use some heat shrink and a little bit of solder. So I'm going to cut this, tin it up, cut these a little bit longer, splice those in line, put some heat shrink over it. That'll give this the best chance of surviving the elements out here in Michigan. So here's what we got after the heat shrink. So the yellow is a positive and the blue is the negative. So I'm just gonna throw a little bit of electrical tape just to hold this down. Then we're gonna plop this thing in the ground. So here's what it looks like in the ground. So I'm gonna backfill around it with a little bit of that clay dirt. I'm gonna then cut these wires at the very end once I make it over to that junction box that's in the ground. All right, so with our sub in the ground, we're gonna do a final sound test. So I have the cover off just so you guys can see it. And I'm gonna turn up the volume a little bit. You guys probably can't hear the difference, but I have it set right now as the maximum level I've allowed the system to run at, and yeah, it definitely helps fill this space. So I'm going to walk away from it a little bit. Yeah, huge improvement. So highly recommend this OSD Audio 12-inch outdoor subwoofer. Here's that final amp rack. So this is powered by a Crown XLS 2002, and the crossovers are set at 224 hertz. And then the rest of the speakers are powered by this Dayton Audio amplifier, and then the walkout speakers, they're also powered by their own amplifier. So the satellites, or basically the high frequency, is all powered by 70 volt. And in this instance, the sub is powered by a traditional 4 or 8 ohm amplifier. And then we have our two Sonos ports, so one for the pull and one for the walkouts. And yeah, that wraps kind of all this up.